Hey there, welcome to 8 Limbs of Fury. I'm Kiana. Thank you for joining me today for this neck, shoulders, and hip opening class. Before we get started, go ahead and like this video, subscribe to our channel if you enjoy our content. All right, and with that, we will get going here. You're gonna need a bolster today, or a blanket to sit up on, or a pillow works just fine. And we're gonna start seated on our mats. Sitting up on something can be helpful if your hips are already really tight today. So go ahead and give yourself a little more height if you're tighter than normal. Sitting up tall, we're going to start with a little breathing practice, but we're going to use our hands to help feel our breath. So you're going to take your hands to the sides of your rib. Your thumbs will wrap around the back. Your fingers will come towards the front. And sit up, tuck your chin to lengthen the back of the neck. Good. And here right away, we're going to start noticing our breath. Can you even feel your hands fill with breath at all? If not, breathe deeper. Breathing into the rib cage, filling the palms up, up, up. And breathe out of the rib cage, letting the ribs come back down. Inhale, fill up. Exhale, empty out. And if you notice that your shoulders are too tight today to keep your hands on your rib cage, that's all right. Rest them down. If the rib cage hand contact is helping you, keep going with it. Inhale. Exhale. Being sure to tuck the chin, lengthening the back of the neck. Inhale. Exhale. It could be more accessible to you too to take your pinky fingers off of your ribs and keep breathing. Filling up on the inhale. Empty out on the exhale. Gaze down the tip of your nose. Let's take 2 more of these breaths. On this last one, can you breathe into your back? Feel the air press against your thumbs. And exhale. Let it out. Let go of the hands. Maybe shake them out. And bring them down to your sides. All right. So go ahead and lift up the shoulders so that they're up by your ears, super uncomfortable. Bring them back behind your back and down your back. So we've made like a circle with the shoulders. Let's go do that again. Up, back, down. Good job. When you get down, keep them rooting down towards the ground. Lift the top of your head towards the sky and tuck your chin. Now, you might not feel sensation here. I sure am. I deal with lots of neck tension, so if this is too intense for you, feel free to take your hands up a little bit, but still try to bring your shoulders down your back. 2 more breaths here. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Tuck the chin a lot and draw the back of your skull back to lengthen the back of the neck. Good. All right, drop, keep everything here. Drop the right ear towards your right shoulder. All right, good. Drop the chin towards your chest, coming through center. And then bring your left ear towards your left shoulder. And be careful here as you come back up. We're not gonna go all the way back today because I know a lot of people deal with tension when that happens. If you know that feels good to you, you can take the circle all the way back. We're gonna find another one. Take your ear to the right shoulder. Come down through center. Exhaling through center. Inhale through the left side. And back to the top. All right, we're gonna switch directions. So take the left ear down now. Make sure your shoulders are really reaching down your back. So we're doing this with a long neck. Through center. Right ear towards right shoulder. And back up. Reset your breath. Last one. Left ear to left shoulder. Tuck the chin. Right ear to right shoulder. Inhale, back up through center. Release your hands, shake them out. Good, all right. Last thing here, seated. Pick the arms up, flex the hands. Make sure the shoulders are down your back. And then we're just gonna find some wrist rotations. Don't lose sight of your breathing as you intuitively find this movement. About one more breath here. Maybe switch directions. Good. Drop the hands as you're ready. All right, we're gonna make our way to standing. Move your pillow out of the way. You can keep it nearby though, we're gonna need it later on in class. Coming to standing at the top of your mat, I'll face you. Feel your feet on the ground immediately. Spread your toes, stand up tall, lift your kneecaps, pull the lower belly in, and squeeze your glutes just a little bit to help root the hips down. So the whole lower body's reaching down, and from the center here, the whole upper body is reaching up through the crown of the head. Shoulders are still down the back, as if your hands are heavy weights. Samasthiti here. Let's take a breath in and a breath out. We're gonna do a Qigong practice called 4 posts. And so these are 4 movements with breath that are all targeting shoulders and helping them relax down our backs, get away from our ears. For the first one, you're gonna lift your elbows up as if you're hugging a big tree. Palms facing inwards. Fingers can be slightly relaxed but energized. And elbows too, arms slightly relaxed but energized. Good. Make sure your shoulders are down your back. And on the inhale, we're going to feel our head reaching up, hands coming slightly apart as if the tree we're hugging is growing. And on the exhale, we're going to sink into our knees a little bit, lower the hips down slightly, and bring the hands closer together as if we're hugging the tree tighter. Inhale, growing. Exhale, sinking. If your shoulders have crept up, make sure you're tractioning them down towards the ground this whole time. Even as we're inhaling, growing the tree. Exhale, sinking. Inhale. Exhale. Two more. Move with your breath. Last one. And on your exhale, lower the arms. Let's take a breath here. Inhale, grow tall, lift the head towards the sky, open the arms slightly, exhale, ground down through the feet. Feel the hips get heavy. Let's take another one. Inhale, grow tall, expand. Exhale, sink, release. Good. All right. Check in with your feet. Make sure they're hip distance and that you're pulling your lower belly in. We're going to go to the next 4 posts practice. It's going to look like the other one, but our palms will be facing out. So this one's as if we're pushing against a wall in front of us. So lift the elbows up, keep your shoulders down your back, sink into your strong base, meaning bending the knees, taking the weight into the heels and the balls of the feet. And as we inhale, you'll push against the imaginary wall in front of you, keeping your shoulders tractioning down the whole time. And as we exhale, it'll come back. Inhale, push. Exhale, sink and pull the hands back slightly. Let's take 3 more. Move with your breath. Inhales, growing the top of the head towards the sky. Push the palms forward. Exhale, sink, take the hands back. Good. Let's find one more for good measure. On the exhale, relax your arms down. Good, let's take a few breaths in between. Inhale, grow tall. Exhale, sink down into your strong base. Inhale, grow tall. Exhale, sink down. Good job. All right, 2 more of these. So the next one, it's as if we're standing at a podium giving a speech. You know how they're like angled? So your elbows are going to be at an angle and your palms kind of coming down. So as you pick your hands up, let your elbows relax down by your sides. Your palms are energized, fingers energized, but relaxed. And on an inhale, we're going to lift up, let our palms slightly draw up, and exhale. Push the elbows and palms down as if you're pushing into that imaginary podium. Inhale. Exhale. Push, ground through the feet. Inhale, rise. Lift the palms slightly. Exhale. Push down through the elbows and palms. Make sure your core is drawn up and in here. That's very key. Exhale, sink. 2 more. Inhale, grow, expand. Exhale, ground. Last one. Good. After your last breath, let your hands come by your sides. All right, last 4 post practice here. So you're going to take your thumbs and pointer fingers together to make a triangle, and then bring them down towards your hips here. But you don't want to be pushing down and rounding through the shoulders. We want to keep our shoulders back, keep our arms light, and have it here as if you're working like a bike pump. So let your hands come down, arms are bent slightly. On the inhale, we're bringing the top of our head up, standing up tall like we have been. And on the exhale, we're going to push down through this triangle, tractioning the shoulders down the whole time. Inhale, rise up, Pull in the low belly. Exhale. Push down. Traction your shoulders down. Good job. Inhale, rise. Lighten the hands. Exhale. So my hips are going back a little bit. My knees are bending slightly on the exhale. Inhale, grow tall. Exhale, press. Inhale, grow tall. Exhale, press. Let's take 2 more with your own breath. Gaze down the tip of your nose. And release. And that's the end of the 4 posts. So moving on, we're going to stay standing here. You can bring your feet together if you'd like. And we're going to find a half sun salutation. So we're going to inhale, bring your arms up, gaze up, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, bend the knees, and roll all the way up to standing again. Arms come up. Exhale, bend all the way down. Take your palms behind the shins. You can pull yourself in. Let your head go. Keep the chin tucked. Inhale, halfway lift. Bend the knees. Roll all the way up. Arms come up, reach. Palms don't need to touch, especially if your shoulders are tight today. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, pull the low belly in. Inhale, roll up. Arms up. Exhale, fold. Last one, bend the knees. Roll all the way up. Arms up. Exhale, Samastitihi. All right. So keep the right foot in front, take the left foot back, and bring your left knee down. If you want to put your pillow under, you can, go for it. We're going to work into this low lunge here, starting to get into the hips. So the tailbone is pulling down towards the ground as the top of my head is lifting towards the sky. You can have your hands anywhere that feels comfortable and good on your shoulders. Make sure they're not near your ears. Pull the low belly in a little bit and sink the hips down deeper, more forward. Press the top of your left foot into the ground. And without moving it, drag your right foot back. Good. One more breath here. Exhale, take the palms to the inside of your right foot. You can walk the right foot out a little bit more. We're here in a lizard pose. So palms can be down. This is a great place to stay. Forearms can also be down. Whoop. This is also a great place to be. Whichever gives your hips the sensation they need today. We're going to be here for 5 breaths. An option to anyone who has rather open hips and wants to give it a try, come back up to your palms. And on an exhale, lower into a chaturanga and look to the right, like around your right shin. And then inhale, up dog, back bend, and exhale, bring the hips back slightly, back into the lunge. Good, we're gonna be here for a few more breaths, so you can try that if you'd like. Do it with your breath though. Exhale to lower, look to the right, inhale, back bend, exhale, come back. And take your right knee back. Sit on your shins for a minute. Take a breath. Notice your hips. Notice how they might be different from one another. Notice your shoulders. Did they creep up during that? If they did, consider taking it a little easier on this side. Lean forward. Take your left foot forward so your right knee is on the ground. Palms are flat on the inner side of your left foot. Breathe into this low lunge first. You can come up. Take your hands wherever feels comfortable. Pull the lower belly in so you have a nice strong middle here. Intuitively move around with your breath. How does it feel to come out of it a little? How does it feel to sink in? One more breath. Maybe the arms come up. Good, all right. Take the palms down. This is a wonderful place to be. As long as you are breathing, you can also take your forearms down and be here. You've got about 5 more breaths here, so if you'd like to play around with those dans, the chaturanga push-ups in this posture, you can. So palms flat, exhale, bend the elbows into a chaturanga push-up. Look to the left, inhale, back bend, exhale, shift back slightly, recenter your hips in between. Inhale, shift forward, exhale, lower. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, come back. Got about 3 more breaths here in lizards, so feel your way through them. All right, and bring your knee back, sitting on your shins. Take a breath. On your exhale, can you drop your shoulders further away from your ears? Good. All right. Grab your bolster. We're going to find a seated forward fold. So take your legs long in front of you. Sit up tall. And first, we're going to find what we did at the beginning of class. Bring your shoulders up towards your ears, back towards your back, and down towards the ground. Press your palms into the ground by your hips. Tuck your chin. Pull the lower belly in. This is called Dandasana, staff pose. This is a big neck stretch. So making sure to tuck your chin while bringing the back of your head back is what accesses the back of the neck there. One more breath. On your exhale, start folding forward. You can grab your shins, ankles, big toes, or sides of your feet. Pull the lower belly in, halfway lift, and exhale, fold. Tuck your chin and let your head go forward. Lift your kneecaps. We're going to be here for 3 more breaths. Are you breathing? Breathe into the rib cage, the parts of the back we were feeling with our fingers at the beginning of class. Last breath here. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release. We're going to find a hip stretch next. I'll go ahead and turn so that you can see a little bit better. So we're going to find fire logs or stacked shins. So you're going to take the left shin underneath the right. So you're going to have a bent left leg, bent right knee, bring the right shin over the left. It might be a little less than stacked. This is great. This is still the same exact posture. Just going to be sitting here breathing and starting to lean forward. So find the degree of your leg mobility here, trying your best to stack right shin over left. Sit up tall. Traction your shoulders down again. Tuck the chin. Breathe into the back. And this is the posture. If you'd like to start walking forward, you may. And fold over the shins. Whatever stage of this posture gives you sensations in your hips, be there. We're going to take about 4 more breaths here. Flex the feet. That could change things for you here. Keep the chin tucked, back of neck long. 2. And 1. Inhale, sit up. Release the legs, switch sides. Take the right shin down, bending right knee, bending left knee, take the left shin on top. Inhale, sit up tall. Exhale into the posture. Sitting up tall here while flexing the feet is plenty of hip stretch. Doesn't always matter how far down you get your chest, more so the way your hips are set up and the way you're lifting your sternum forward. Stay with your breath. We've got 4 more here. Make sure the shoulders are staying down. 2. And 1. Inhale, rise up. Release the legs. And release your bolster out from behind your back. We're going to find lying down on your backs. Keep the knees bent here at first. Rock your hips around. Feel out your low back. Feel out your shoulders. Make sure your shoulder blades are tucked underneath you and that your shoulders are giving some room to the rest of your neck. Now laying here with the soles of the feet on the ground, knees bent, can you press the tops of your hands and the whole arm into the ground slightly, as if you're trying to fly your hands and your arms back behind you. And now exhale, release. Inhale, press your arms into the ground again, tuck your chin. Exhale, release. Release completely, all strength in your shoulders melting away. Again, inhale, press, really push, tuck your chin, press your hands into the ground, exhale, release. Good. All right, press your feet into the ground, lift your hips up, and bring them over to the right. Then drop your knees to the left. You can cactus arm your arms here and gaze to the right. We're in a gentle supine twist. If you want to deepen by taking your left foot on top of your right knee. Go ahead and do it. Otherwise, make sure that the tops of your shoulders are on the ground. Make sure that your right shoulder doesn't leave the ground. Let's take a few more breaths. Gaze out the right corner of your right eye. Last breath here. Inhale, bring the knees up, head up, press your feet into the ground, lift your hips, take them back to center, reset for a minute. Then pick your hips up, take them to the left, drop your knees to the right, and take your gaze over to the left. Can you breathe into the left side of your rib cage? Invitation to take the right foot over the left knee if you want slightly more sensations. Otherwise, make sure your left shoulder stays rooted down on the ground this whole time. Take a couple more breaths here. Tuck the chin, breathe into the back of the neck and the left side of the rib cage. And release. Bring the knees back up to center, move your hips back to center. And we've reached the end of our neck, shoulders, and hips class today. So find a comfortable resting posture and allow yourself to be here for a little while. Thank you for joining me today on 8 Limbs of Fury. If you like this video, go ahead and like it, subscribe to our channel, and have a great rest of your day. Thank you.